Thanks for clicking on this Inland Sports video. Make sure you give it a like, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the Inland Sports channel if you haven't done so already. We're also on Instagram and Twitter. Find us. It's Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. He is the head coach of the Riverside Poly boys soccer team. It is the Honorable Rusty Bailey, the former mayor of Riverside, now Mr. Soccer here in Riverside.
Coach, I'm still honorable.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true. But Coach, man, listen, I want to talk about the season as a whole, but right now you guys are fighting for a playoff spot, right? Like things are intense right now for the Bears.
It's been a roller coaster. We started out strong, got to the final of the Novi tournament, lost in a heartbreaker 3-2 in the last couple of minutes to a good Cajon squad, and then made it through the Walnut tournament, Walnut Diamond Bar, and won that one, and then won a couple of games, and we got into league. And as my predecessor, Coach Fig, tells me, preseason is when balls bounce off the post and go in. And league is when they bounce off the post and go out. And so that's the problem we've been having, is finishing and scoring and winning. We've got a couple of ties and a couple of losses and now a couple of wins.
Well, yeah, now we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Just a couple games left in league play to punch your ticket to the postseason. When you look at the season as a whole, I think you just kind of touched on the way the season has panned out for the Bears, that you guys started strong. You played some really good teams in non-league action. Like you mentioned, the Norte Vista tournament, which is one of the best around. And now you're trying to get it all dialed back in, right, in time for the playoffs.
Well, we had a great setup last night. We had North at home, and the guys stepped up. The seniors stepped up. And the man of the match was Andrew Pozo, who used to play in North. And so he had a bone to pick. He had unfinished business. So we put him in, started him this time, and he got the first goal. And after we gave up a goal, as we've been doing, unfortunately, in the first couple minutes off a cross or a corner kick, just mental errors, in those first 5 minutes, we battled back and we beat them 5-1. And I think that's going to give us some momentum going into Moreno Valley tomorrow night, who we tied 2-2 at home. So we got unfinished business there. And then Hemet beat us 2-0. It was really 1-0, and then just scrub time at the end. We were pushing up hard to try to tie it up and lost 2-0 at Hemet. So then we'll have them at home in our last league game. So I think it's a good setup for us for the next couple games.
Yeah, especially that Moval game. That's a big one for you guys, right, in terms of the league standings right now in the Ivy League.
Yeah. We'll be right back in if we beat Moval, and then if we beat Hemet and somehow Valley View loses, there's a possibility of us sneaking in, I don't know for sure. I haven't looked at it and dialed it in, but potential league championships. But it's not in our hands. A lot of things have to happen for us to get back into the running for a championship.
Well, Coach, how much are you enjoying this season being the head coach? I mean, we were talking a little bit, before the interview. You're out there running around with the guys. You're having fun and just enjoying it, right?
I'm sweating. I love it. I'm back to where I belong here at Poly, teaching government and econ and coaching the boys. The first time around, 20-something years ago, I coached the girls for 5-6 years. And when I came back, my daughter was on the team, and she said, "Dad, please don't. I don't think it's right for you to coach me. I want to have my own thing going." I said, "Okay." And so I was assistant coach for Coach Fig for a couple seasons, and he decided to retire this year, hang up his boots, and so it's pretty crazy. I'm the third coach in the history of Poly High School boys soccer. My coach, Tom Tilson, I played for and won a couple league championships and got to the CIS semifinals and quarterfinals with Coach Tilson. And then Alex was his JV coach and assistant for 25 or 15 years, and then the head coach for 10 years. So Alex had 25 years in the seat, coaching Poly soccer, and then it's me. So the first player from Poly that has coached as a head coach at the varsity level. And so it's a dream come true. I love, the service aspect of it and the leadership, building teams, building young men, building their character. We got the 3 C's of commitment, competence, and then community, trying to build community and do some community service projects in and around our neighborhood. I took them up to the top of Mount Rubidoux for a run, and had some good conversations about the city and how we can be more a part of that. And then preseason was fundamentals, fitness, and fidelity. And so So those are the 3 F's and the 3 C's are what I focus on with the team, and they're coming together at the right time. And so hopefully we'll be peaking here in the playoffs.
Well, Coach, something you touched on, I want to circle back real quick is, Tom Tilson, obviously a local legend, the Tilson Cup, and Coach Figueroa, man, he's such a funny and great guy. I really enjoyed my conversations with him. But you're a Poly guy, like to be the head coach of the Poly boys soccer team. Like you mentioned, there's only been a couple in their entire history. Like it means something to, lead this program and being a guy that, has always been in the orange and green and to be back. And now you're flying the colors. He's putting the colors back on for everybody tonight.
I gotta look at that. I got my Poly gear.
Yeah.
This is what I had when I was coaching the girls too. I think Tom Tilson, coach, gave me this. He gave me my whistle when I was the girls coach, and he gave me this coat to keep me warm. So he's always been a mentor of mine. He came out and watched a game. He's had some health problems, and so thank God that he's survived those. But I talked to him last night after the game, and he came and watched one of the day games during Christmas break, Riverside Valley. And so it's fun. He lives right down the street. I stopped by and see him. We've run past his house on some of the preseason runs. And so we keep him connected. I wish we could continue to do the Tilson tournament. Unfortunately, we only have 2 fields at Poly now instead of 4. So it makes it difficult for us to get enough teams and enough space on campus. Hopefully in the long run, we can bring a tournament back to Poly and have some fun on campus. But right now it looks like we're going to have to go to some other tournaments, and we got to defend the Walnut tournament next year. Mm-hmm. So, there's good things in the future for the Poly boys soccer program.
All right, Coach, what's more difficult, getting ready for a big city council meeting or getting ready for Valley View, who's always tough, especially on the road?
I know. Well, we're going to Moreno Valley tomorrow night. We had Valley View. Yeah. We beat them 4-2 the first game of the season, and we thought we were going to take that, and run with it. And then we had a couple of ties at North in the rain, and then Moreno Valley. So tomorrow's Moreno Valley. We just lost to Valley View at their home, 4-1. They're a strong side, but it's tough getting these boys prepared. There's a lot more out of my control with teenage boys, who have girlfriends and forget to eat lunch, and forget their shoes. And so I keep all sorts of food in my room. I keep extra socks. I keep an extra pair of shin guards. I live by my Army motto of lead by example and take care of your troops. And so I do whatever I can to take care of these boys and make sure they're prepared mentally and physically and ready to go for the game. But a lot of variables go into that compared to, getting ready for a city council meeting or the State of the City address. That's this week for the new mayor, for Patricia Locke Dawson. She's getting prepared. Someone was telling me for the State of the City address. I practiced that over and over, so going into that, it was pretty much, on auto drive, but you just never know what's going to happen the day of the game. And then, just the other night, for example, I had the guys over for lasagna at the house, getting them ready for the North game. We got to win this one. So I fed them some pasta dinner. But when they came over, they went out to the outside or playing ping pong, and then all of a sudden somebody's coming in and, hey, Nathan Wilkie's bleeding, coach. You got any Band-Aids? I was like, what did you guys do? They got on the trampoline. I've had the trampoline for 15 years. 2 girls, all their friends come over. No injuries.
No, never. Yeah, but never had a problem.
5 minutes of the boys soccer team being at my house outside, I got a guy falling off, taking a face plant into the concrete. So he's got it all scraped up. He had to get a stitches here, and he had a minor concussion, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh!
So he was out this week, a starter out, 2 games a week. So that's just boys.
Yeah,
boys. Thank God it wasn't worse, but he'll be back next week to play for us. So you just never know. You never know what's going to happen, and you got to roll with it. And we've been pretty resilient, and we played a lot of different formations. The guys have a solid, most of them have a really good soccer IQ, and so they can play different positions. But I think we're finally settled on a 4-2-3-1 going forward, and we got people in the right spots. And after that 5-1 North game, we just got to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, you feel like hopefully that can open up the floodgates a little bit and kind of return to that form you guys had early on in the season, right?
Yeah, we got some confidence now. We got our leading scorers back, burying the ball. Andres Aceves, named Pants is his nickname, and JJ, Josh Askins. So we got everybody rolling right now. And like I said, we've got a couple of new players, Andrew Pozo, who scored. So you never know what's going to happen, but I feel good about it.
Well, Coach, listen, I really appreciate the time, and I know these are some big matches coming up in the last couple of weeks of the season. I think, 3 league matches left? Does that sound about right?
Yep, Moval, actually 2 left. Moval and then Paloma Valley Senior Night Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
We'll have a say goodbye to our seniors, so to speak. Let them have their night on Tuesday. Paloma Valley at home, and then next Thursday is Hemet at home. So it's just 2 more league matches. If we win them both, we're in the playoffs. We're comfortable. If we win one, we should be in the playoffs. And then, like I said, if other things happen to Valley View and if we beat Hemet, there could be a chance for us to sneak in for a league title.
So very important matches coming up for the Riverside Poly Bears. Coach Bailey, listen, I really appreciate the time. Best of luck, and hopefully we can do this again in the postseason if you guys are, stringing together a couple wins and making a CIF run.
That's the way I'm feeling, man. Confidence is high. The guys are practicing hard, and we're ready for a win tomorrow night and then a deep run in the playoffs. But thanks, Beth, for having me on anytime.
Yes, sir. You got it. That is Rusty Bailey, the honorable. He is still honorable. Rusty Bailey, the head coach of the Riverside Poly boys soccer team here on the Inland Sports Show.
Inland Sports.